Another update is already here from Engage. The Pursuit Pro MX and MX 6.0 paddles are loaded with technology, including a Vortex Barrier Edge material around the outer edge of the core, expands the sweet spot, and a uniform edge guard increases durability. The versatile paddles feature an average weight of 7.9 to 8.3 ounces for the MX and 8.1 to 8.4 ounces for the MX 6.0. They are also built with a proprietary Control Pro Black Polymer Core and a new Raw T700 Carbon Fiber hitting surface for excellent spin, comfort, and power. And for thickness, the MX comes in at 13 millimeters, while the MX 6.0 is available in a 16 millimeter thickness for added control. I've been a big fan of the Engage Pursuit line of paddles as I've play tested the past couple iterations, as well as one of the previous generations was my paddle of choice for quite some time. So when I saw these Pursuit Pros, I couldn't wait to get on court. And for me, it's a really easy adjustment period. I was able to go out right away and start play testing. What about you?
At first glance, it really has a lot of the standout features that I typically look for. So quality of the paddle, how does that paddle look looking sleek in hand? I do really like the update of the T700 carbon fiber surface. It really helps with the grip and ball placement on the court. I also really enjoyed the elongated paddle length and also the handle on it, just in case you wanted that option for a two-handed backhand. You have it, and also a little extra reach is always very helpful.
For me, the biggest difference I felt from this generation to the previous Ultra was that it was a different feel. The last one was a little bit softer. This one was a little bit more crisp, which I actually preferred. I felt it kind of reminded me of the two previous generations ago, the paddle that I used. So for me, that felt like home, and I really liked that mainly because I felt that the sweet spot was actually pretty generous, and I can tell with the cool graphic on here, I was really hitting that sweet spot, and that translated to me for easy power and easy depth. So I really liked that. I was really able to be aggressive on my serves and my returns and get them deep and kind of push my opponent back on the court.
Like you, I gravitated towards that MX 6.0. It's really in my lane for weight and for control. So, it gave me confidence when I was hitting from those backline type shots. So deep serves, great returns, and then coming up to the kitchen line, it also offered, me getting the ball really low over the net and controlling those types of plays, at the kitchen line where you have to kind of slow it down a bit. So that was nice to have the added control there. It felt really forgiving.
Agree. That thickness, that 16 millimeter thickness, I much preferred. And that for me, I felt like it was absorbing that power. So it is a powerful paddle, but that the extra thickness helped me absorb my shots, and so I was really able to get into good reflex volley situations. I was really actually using my short game well. I was dinking, getting some third shot drops, and really kind of keeping myself in the point.
And the MX model offered a good amount of energy return, lots of pop, felt really fast in hand, especially up at the net. I could get in some of those, faster rally type situations, but less confidence for me with getting, with the energy that it offered. Some of my shots were popping up a little bit with feeling like I had less control. So for me, that was why I kind of leaned towards the MX 6.0 for that added control.
One other thing I wanted to mention on both the paddles was the surface. I look for paddles that offer great spin. Spin is a really important part of my game. I like to hit both top spin and underspin, and I thought they, both the MX and the MX 6.0 did a good job of offering that spin for me. Both when I was hitting some serves, I was really able to get some nice spin and then even cut and keep my opponent guessing on what type of spin I was going to hit so they could never get in that rhythm.
And for me, that grit there is for ball placement. So, having a little bit more dwell time on the paddle so that I can place my shot where I need it to go. So overall for me, I really enjoyed the MX 6.0. It just felt a little more evenly weighted with the paddle measurements being elongated in hand. It felt a little more comfortable. If I had to be nitpicky on one thing, the handle circumference of the 6.0 was a little bit too large. So after, a couple hours of play, I was feeling a little bit of an ache. But again, that's being nitpicky with that MX 6.0.
I have to agree with you. I'm going to, if I had to pick between the two, I would lean towards the MX 6.0 just for that little bit added control. And I really didn't have any negatives. I thought this played very similar to the two previous generations ago, which I love. So I was really happy to get on the court on this play test. And I think that wraps it up. So for more information about this Engage Pursuit paddles or anything else, please head to totalpickleball.com.